Good morning and welcome here to GMSA at 9, looking out there with live cam. Hey, 79 degrees, we'll take that. We know it's going to get hotter.
Yeah.
But we're still keeping our fingers crossed for a chance of rain.
Indeed. I know some people were lucky enough to get a little rain yesterday. No rain on the roads right now that we are aware of. We are tracking a couple of incidents. A little while ago, this is cleared up. Believe it or not, this is actually an improvement. There was an accident last hour involving a cement truck on 35 at Powell. Now, there's already construction there, so you're down the shoulder and a lane there. And so that would account for the slowing, but the accident has cleared up. So we'll continue to keep an eye on all of that throughout the hour.
All right, let's talk forecast now. You guys mentioned it's nice for the moment. You know, the last 2 days we've been at 100 plus. Today we're probably going to get there again. Sorry to say. And rain chances fall off a little bit today, but don't fret because we do have more rain chances in our forecast. Let's go outside for you. 81 now. 81 in New Braunfels, 83 Converse. Look at the feels like number. Feels like 86. Already feels like 90 in Converse. Come on. We're going to see that heat index really jump up today. Could be 102, 103 when all said and done here in San Antonio. 100 is the forecast high. Notice the rain chance, just 10%. It's going to be, between 2 and 8 p.m. our normal stretch there where we could see some of these pop-ups. It's just the coverage is going to be far less today, I think, than what we've seen last couple of days. Now we must talk about what's going on in the Gulf, of course. There is still a chance of development here, and I must tell you, the Gulf waters are very warm. Hurricane Center is still only giving this a 20% chance of development, but we're seeing some pretty good thunderstorm activity right around where that low is. We'll see what it can do here over the next 24 hours. It does not have a lot of time, and regardless, the impact for us will be just about the same, no matter what unfolds here. We'll discuss more and investigate what's going on down there coming up in just a couple minutes.
Thank you, Justin. Well, a pause in funding until more donations can come in.
That is the status of One Hill Country Area Chamber of Commerce this morning, nearly 1 month after the deadly floods. In total, the Kerrville Area Chamber of Commerce Foundation has received roughly $1.4 million in donations, and they've given nearly all of it out already. The president and CEO says they've written roughly 147 grants and have 57 applications still pending.
Well, right now the chamber has paused giving out grants until more donations and financial support can come in.
Those funds are helping those people rebuild and remodel and reopen.
Now, if you are a Hill Country business in need, you do not have to be a member with the chamber to receive a grant, and you also don't have to be in Kerr County. Comfort businesses can get help too. On KSAT.com, we have more information about the chamber.
Well, less than 24 hours ago, Kerr County commissioners talked about their budget for the upcoming spending year. One of the big questions is, will there be a tax increase? As of right now, it doesn't look like it, but that could change before the budget is finalized. Now, Commissioner Rich Paces wants to cut the tax rate by about 2 cents per $100 at a minimum. However, that decision was not agreed on by other commissioners for right now. Also, without a tax increase, the commissioners want to tap into their savings, which could come at a big cost.
$1.3 million is not going to impair our ability to do the government functions. I agree with Commissioner Holt. We're going to have to be very judicious, watch every expenditure very closely, tighten the belt, and learn to say no to some things.
Well, there is a scheduled public hearing of the budget on August 25th, when commissioners will also vote on an official budget to move forward. We're going to continue to monitor and break down this budget on KSAT.com.
Guys, sir, can you please put your firearm down?
Well, that is the voice of former Uvalde SAISD Police Chief Pete Arredondo. Now, you heard him trying to negotiate with the shooter who killed 19 children and 2 teachers at Robb Elementary.
New body camera footage from that day was released this week by Uvalde County. Arredondo and another district officer, Adrian Gonzalez, are facing charges after being accused of endangering children that day. New records show Gonzalez helped organize an active shooter training in Uvalde just months before the massacre. Now, we're going to stay on top of any new developments that come out of the record release from Uvalde. An update now for you on a massive state-led election investigation out of Frio County. At least 8 suspects charged in connection to a vote harvesting case pled not guilty yesterday.
Among the group is a former San Antonio mayoral candidate, a Frio County commissioner, and former mayors from Pearsall and Dilley. Our KSAT Investigates team broke the news of their arrest last month. 15 people are charged in this investigation, and they're expected back in court in October.
All right, so how will San Antonio close its budget gap? The new mayor and San Antonio City Council will get their first look at next year's draft budget this morning. It's actually happening right now. City staff have already warned that property tax and sales tax revenues aren't growing as fast as the city's expenses. The city is holding town halls this month to share details for each district and to hear from residents. To find out when your meeting is, you can scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen. And unless city leaders do something, a projected deficit could explode to $152 million within 2 years. No matter what steps they take, staff warned council back in June that there will need to be cuts. Council members have already said they don't want to raise property taxes.
Well, meanwhile, there will be 2 more town halls hosted by Bexar County Judge Peter Sakai to get community feedback on the 2025-2026 fiscal year budget before Commissioner Court adopts it. So one will be held today at Our Lady of the Lake Guadalupe Catholic Church Parish Hall and will feature Precinct 3, Commissioner Grant Moody, and the final town hall is going to be on Thursday, August 21st at Holy Redeemer Hall in Precinct 4. Both are free to attend, and they're going to start at 6 p.m. All right, here's today's 9 at 9. So some students are recovering this morning north of Austin after a terrifying first day of school when their bus rolled over. So authorities say 42 kids and 1 adult were on board when it crashed Wednesday afternoon. 10 people were taken to the hospital.
President Trump is warning of very severe consequences if Russian President Vladimir Putin won't agree to end the war in Ukraine. The president made that remark yesterday. It comes after talks with European leaders who say the president promised to push for a ceasefire when he meets with Putin on Friday.
As most students head back to class, the Texas Senate has passed a bill that would make changes to the STAR test. However, its future in the House is not certain. The change would require the state standardized test to be taken in 3 parts throughout the school year, and it now heads to the House.
President Trump has announced that country music legend George Strait will be among the Kennedy Center's next slate of honorees. In addition to Strait, the awards will be given to actors Michael Crawford and Sylvester Stallone, singer Gloria Gaynor, as well as the rock band Kiss.
The popular cash app Zelle is accused of failing to protect users from fraud. New York's Attorney General claims that Zelle's parent company neglected basic fraud safeguards, costing consumers more than $1 billion between 2017 and 2023. Zelle calls the lawsuit a political stunt.
Dollar General is recalling 3 lots of its 8-ounce Clover Valley instant coffee. The Food and Drug Administration says the product potentially contains fragments of glass. The lots of recalled Clover Valley instant coffee have best by dates of December 13th and 14th of 2026.
Amazon making it easier to order fresh food alongside your other items and still have a same-day delivery. Perishable food items, including dairy, meat, and seafood, can be checked out in the same online cart. Customers without a Prime subscription and can use the service for a fee of $12.99 without an order minimum.
YouTube is starting to test a new AI safety feature that distinguishes age, regardless of the birth date entered when creating the account. The technology will determine if the user is under 18 based on a variety of signals, such as YouTube activity and longevity of the account. If it's determined that a user is under 18, they will be notified, and standard protections will automatically be enabled.
Well, more people are taking money out of their homes. Cash out refinancing hitting a nearly 3-year high in the latest quarter. So home loan data tracker ICE Mortgage Technology says that the average homeowner pulled nearly $100,000 from their home equity. Goodness. Well, time now is 9:06 and we're at 79 degrees for now.
Still ahead on GMSA at 9. Back to school time for Schertz Cibolo Universal City ISD, and our RJ Marquez has a look at how this morning went for those students when we come back.
And you may remember this local man. He ran 7 marathons over 7 continents in 7 days. And then just last month, he ran a marathon at the North Pole. We're going to talk to him about his experience there coming up. Hi, welcome back. It's 9:10 and welcome back to school because it's the first day for the students at Schertz Cibolo Universal City ISD.
They should be underway by now, and our RJ Marquez was out there this morning with a look at what students can expect there this school year.
Good morning, San Antonio. It is day 4 of our back to school coverage, and we're live out here in Schertz, one of my favorite school districts. You know, I don't want to be biased, but I used to cover sports a little bit back in the day, so I absolutely love what they've done athletically with the Steel Knights and the Clemens Buffaloes. But we are talking about the first day of school, and joining me right now is Paige Maloney. She is the superintendent of schools for SCUC ISD. Paige, first of all, just how excited are you to be out here as we start the brand new year?
Oh my gosh, we're so excited. We've been in here for the past 30 minutes with our bus drivers who got here early before 5 o'clock just because they were excited. They'll be our first people to see our students this morning. Child nutrition is already here cooking breakfast, but we're so excited as our whole staff is ready to welcome our families and especially those kids that are going to be here within the hour. So we're excited.
So we've made it from the transportation office over here to the front of Clemens High School. Yes, Clemens, the home of the Buffaloes, if you will, and obviously a lot of excitement when it comes to all the folks that are making their way here. 15,000 kiddos going to be headed back to the school district. Okay, so real quick, Miss Casey, just how excited are you to welcome all these kids back and get these minds learning, especially in the world of science and the environment?
I can't wait. This is my passion with the environmental science and the chemistry. Getting back into routine, getting to see even my own kids grow up in this school district. And so I've got 2 in the feeder schools. My oldest one's actually here on campus with me. So it's a blessing because all of them are my children, even though I've got my 3. But I have about 150 kids that are my kids through the school year.
Well, let's talk real quick too about the excitement here. Let's start with Addison. These are a couple of the cheer captains. How excited are you about the brand new school year?
I'm so excited. It's going to be great.
What are you most excited about?
FNL for sure. Okay. The Friday Night Lights.
I love that. All right, Sydney, what about you? How excited are you to be back with your friends, classmates, and start out a brand new school year?
I'm very excited. I'm really excited to cheer on the football field again and get to see all of, like, the fun stuff that we get to do every single year.
Okay, and how cool is this senior sunrise going to be right now?
It's going to be so cool.
Yeah. Okay. They've turned off the lights on us because what we're doing is getting ready for senior sunrise. This is a pretty cool event where all the seniors here in the stands at Lenhoff get to actually see the sunrise together, just to kind of mark the start of the school year. Again, Schertz, Cibolo, UC ISD. And then you have with us right here the Clemens High School cheerleading squad. Appreciate you guys being with us. Go for it, ladies. Thank you very much, ladies. They are excited. We're excited to get back to school again on the far northeast side. Reporting from Clemens High School out here in Schertz, RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News. Back to you guys.
Yay, thanks RJ. We wanted to see him do a flip too, but
Right.
maybe next time.
Maybe next time. The Buffalo, though, Samson the Buffalo. RJ loves mascots. I love mascots, and they're just so much fun.
Yeah,
It's a
you
solid,
remember the name.
solid mascot there.
Yeah. Very good. So here's hoping they have a fantastic year. Okay, on to SA Live. They're about 45 minutes away, and the ladies are up to tell us what's on deck for today.
Oh, I tell you, first of all, we all got the black and white memo. Stephanie, is that dress black and white? What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay, now we've been asking for back to school pictures all week. We are still asking for back to school pictures, but there is a trend.
Yeah, we've noticed a lot of the seniors, just people posting photos, they have these throwback backpacks. Have you guys noticed this? So
No.
Ted, our photographer's daughter, was sporting a Spider-Man backpack. So
I see.
And I saw somebody else share something.
Like from their childhood, right? Like,
right.
So it's almost these like
So it's
throwback
a thing.
backpacks.
He did ask his daughter. She said yes, it is a thing.
It
So
is a
we're
thing.
curious if you guys have seen
So did
this.
they get one, or is that the original backpack from like
I
kindergarten?
guess it depends, right?
Either or.
If it was
Ted?
my mom, it would
she
have
buy
been
that
thrown
one?
right out.
She bought it new. Ted's daughter bought it new.
A new one. Okay. Well, yeah,
Very
because they're
cool.
still around. Oh, that's a cute trend.
Yeah. So,
I'm
so we're
down with
asking
that.
for more photos
Yeah.
today.
I did see a kid the other day at my daughter's school, an older high school kid
Right.
with a Dora the Explorer
Oh,
backpack.
that's cute.
So yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense now.
I think so. See, I need to tell my little girl that because she's like, oh no, I just want solid pink this year. I'm like, okay, missing a trend.
We keep up with the trends, so
We
you
do.
don't
We
have
try.
to.
I love it. All right. We'll see you ladies at the top of the hour. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Tammy broke out her Trapper Keeper the other day. The original.
the
This is
original.
none of the new stuff. This is the original from I won't say how long ago.
Still intact.
Still intact.
Yeah.
That's impressive because I ruined those things in like 6 months.
Yeah.
You know, the Velcro would come
Oh,
off.
sure, yeah.
She was very careful.
Ripped the plastic and everything, but so it's still
Very nice.
it's like a museum piece at our house.
Do you remember when you had to like wrap all your books in that?
Yes,
book
with the
cover?
butter
Yes,
crust.
buttercrust. We had the buttercrust book covers. Yes.
Buttercrust.
Oh, yeah, I guess maybe in San Antonio we used to, the buttercrust factory.
Yeah, it had it on the book cover,
Yeah.
and you fold it. You
And we
get
used
the
to
book,
draw-
and then
used
you
to draw on
fold
the
it like
bread.
this. Then
Kids have no idea.
No, I know they don't have to.
simpler times. Simpler times.
A lot of it's digital.
The
but-
book covers came off in like a week too.
That's
Maybe
true.
I was just really hard on myself.
But those
I
were
don't
fun
know.
to draw on. You draw on like little faces
Yes.
on the bread.
Okay, it's all coming back to me now.
There you go.
Okay,
There
let's
you
go. Let's go out to the Gulf, guys. We are still watching this system that is starting to show some signs of life. Now, it crossed the Yucatan yesterday, kind of fell apart a little bit as we expected it to. But now we're seeing thunderstorm activity right around where we would have some sort of circulation. Now, there is no indication yet that this is organized in any stretch by any stretch of the imagination. But I do think, with as warm as the waters are, we still got to watch this. The Hurricane Center is still giving this just a 20% chance of development. But we can put our spaghetti plots on it, and they're all pretty consistent in taking this off to the north and west, although we have kind of a wide variety as to, exactly what angle this takes as it moves towards Texas. Further west it goes, the lower our rain chances would be, and they have trended a little bit further west. We shall see. I still think we're going to get a good slug of moisture coming in here, and I do need to mention the fact that water temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s. So there is a ton of fuel here, and the Gulf can always be sneaky in that sense that with all of that fuel, even though the models don't want to develop this thing could kind of have a life of its own. We shall see. Again, it's worth watching. Either way, I think the impacts for us will be the same. So as we get into tomorrow morning, showers are already starting to affect deep South Texas. Then you get sort of that pinwheel effect where you get moisture that's flowing into parts of Texas, and we could even see a little bit of that late in the day tomorrow. And then as this circulation moves north, again, question as to where exactly it moves, but it should throw some moisture in our direction as we get into Saturday. The interesting part about all this is that the computer models have not really wanted to paint a ton of rain around here, but just based on history and what I know about these tropical systems, it seems to me as though we should get a pretty good scattering of rain showers on Saturday. Not to say it's going to rain all day or be a washout or anything like that. We just may have a little bit more coverage. So we're going to put in a 40% chance of rain on Saturday. 96 is your high. Sunday will be dry, hot, and humid 100. So this is just a one-day thing. All right, let's look at the current setup. And we have some clouds that have developed here over parts of northwest San Antonio, but they're already starting to scatter out. And I do think that we'll still see plenty of sun today. And the rain chances for today are going to be on the low end. 81 right now, 82 in Pleasanton, 82 Cotulla, 82 Eagle Pass, 76 in Kerrville. And high temperatures today, well, right around 100. This will be our third day in a row to hit 100. 102 Pleasanton, 104 Cotulla, 101 in Eagle Pass today. Basically where we've been last couple of days with these highs in 100s and the heat indices making it feel all that much worse. 103, the forecast heat index in San Antonio, 108 in Victoria, 106 Cotulla, 108 in Eagle Pass. So that is, kind of dangerous heat, at least for a few hours this afternoon. After school practices, outdoor runs, any of that stuff, be careful, be careful. Even dog walking. The pavement's usually too hot for the dogs at this point, so you got to wait till the evenings. Don't forget about that. 98 tomorrow. We do up the rain chance a little bit, just based on what we're seeing with some of that moisture starting to surge in. And then a 40% chance Saturday. That should drag temperatures down a little bit. 96. We're back up to 100 Sunday and Monday before more rain chances next week. And I must tell you, I'm a little encouraged to see kind of what's unfolding next week. I think it could be good for us. Maybe some cooler temperatures and maybe some rain as well.
That is good news.
When you're encouraged, I'm encouraged. So that's
Sounds
a good sign.
good.
It's a good sign.
Butter crust, huh?
Yeah,
we looked it up.
Ernie just looked it up, and we have an image for you to look at.
I need to check this out.
Okay.
This must be a San Antonio thing.
But here's a preview.
I was in Victoria. It was in Victoria.
I kind of drew it. Maybe South Texas, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Well, while we do that, we'll let you take a look at this break, and we'll be back with more GMSA at 9.
Welcome back. It's 9:24. When it comes to the economy, many Americans may be wondering when the Federal Reserve will lower interest rates. Those are the rate banks charge each other to borrow and to lend.
Right. So in today's Consumer Watch, Jen Sullivan explains what the Fed looks at when adjusting rates.
Interest rates impact the cost to borrow money for things like a mortgage, car payments, even credit card debt. Fed rates have remained between 4.25 and 4.5% since December of last year. The Federal Reserve will announce on September 17th whether we'll see any changes to those rates. So what does the Fed look at when considering lowering rates? One report is the Consumer Price Index, which measures the change in price for a variety of goods each month.
The CPI is a measure of inflation that is really most relevant to consumers.
Greg McBride with Bankrate says the CPI is just one of the many reports the Federal Reserve looks at when considering lowering interest rates. This latest CPI report released Tuesday shows inflation ticked up 0.2% in July, and overall, inflation is up 2.7% from a year ago.
This could be the calm before the storm.
The Federal Reserve also looks at unemployment numbers and overall economic growth. Many financial experts like McBride worry President Donald Trump's tariffs could make inflation worse.
I'm bracing for a series of elevated inflation readings.
Many businesses loaded up their warehouses with pre-tariffed goods, so experts fear we haven't seen the full impact of those tariffs on prices.
It might take a few more months before those fully make their way to the consumer, and as a result, I expect inflation's going to pick up.
McBride says it's too early to tell whether the Fed will lower rates in September. They'll look at August CPI report and the next jobs report. But if inflation goes up, a rate cut may not happen. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Welcome back. It's about 9:29. Well, this morning, San Antonio police need your help solving a murder. So police say they are working to identify 3 men accused of killing 34-year-old Raul Zuniga, and this is a man you see on your screen. That shooting happened on July 16th at an apartment complex on Potosi Street near South Laredo Street and South Zarzamora. Now, witnesses told the San Antonio Police Department that the 3 men and Zuniga got into a fight that escalated to a shooting. So if you have any information, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers. That number is 210-224-7867.
Meanwhile, a man is under arrest accused of making a serious threat to San Antonio Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones on social media. According to San Antonio Police, 24-year-old Marcos Olvera commented on a post that was on the social media platform X. It referenced the mayor's push to pause Project Marvel. In that comment, police say Olvera wrote, quote, "We need to kill the mayor," end quote. Now Olvera faces a retaliation charge.
And this man now under arrest accused of killing his own son, 2 family members, and running away with 3 kids. The shooting happened at an apartment near Loop 410 and Highway 90. Police say Wilfredo Lopez left with the 3 children but was caught, and the kids are safe. He's now being held on an ICE detainer. It's not clear what led to the shooting. Well, it's a new school year. However, same questions about the murder of a San Antonio ISD student. San Antonio police have not arrested anyone for the death of 14-year-old Simon Cuevas.
He was shot and killed last spring just a few blocks away from Brewer Academy. Our Katrina Weber shows us why some people are afraid the case is being forgotten.
They're not afraid to take a life. They'll take any life. In broad daylight.
Raw emotion filled the air as parents took over what was supposed to be a student protest last May. They were calling for justice in the murder of 14-year-old Simon Cuevas III, shot dead just a few weeks before that as he headed home from the alternative school.
Still on my mind, I'm scared for my kids each and every day.
Ashley Litt pulled up to the campus Wednesday ready for her son's new school year, only she found the Brewer building locked up tight. The San Antonio School District told me classes are now back at the Estrada campus, about a mile away, which was undergoing repairs last year. So nobody told you they were moving?
No, I didn't know. I had no clue.
During the summer, I saw some people loading up.
Still, this neighbor says the closing also surprised her. After all the commotion following Cuevas' killing, everything has gone silent.
Like nothing happened. It's just quiet. There's really, like as if nothing happened. Just quietness.
Just like the items at this memorial, some wonder if the case hasn't faded from the minds of investigators. San Antonio police say as far as they're concerned, it's still active. In an email, SAPD told me a recent Crime Stoppers appeal has helped them identify possible suspects in Cuevas' murder. But contrary to earlier statements, police now say they're adults, not students.
It's a shock that nobody hasn't been arrested. They haven't caught anybody.
Some people say they will only rest after there is an arrest. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Well, Methodist Hospital Stone Oak is expanding. The hospital broke ground Wednesday on the big new project. It's going to add 2 floors to that hospital, plus better access to parking and some infrastructure improvements. This phase of the project will cost roughly $140 million. That goal is to expand care on the city's north side.
This is the next phase to add the inpatient capacity, and then there'll be another phase to follow this, where we're going to add additional medical office building and more inpatient space. So we are planning for the future, not for tomorrow, but for decades to come, so we can continue to meet the needs of this growing community.
Well, the hospital says this phase should wrap up in January of 2027.
And watching a movie or hitting the bowling alley is about to get easier for people on the far west side. A new Santikos Entertainment Center has been announced. The company says their newest location will be near Potranco Road and State Highway 211 and will come with massive movie screens, bowling lanes, and an arcade. The company says they're still in the planning stages, but they'll have more details about what visitors can expect in the coming months.
And this morning we are getting our first look at the official poster for Fiesta Flambeau 2026. The Fiesta Flambeau Parade Association showcased a number of designs that were submitted for next year's parade themed Adventures in Toyland.
Now, out of all the competition, this piece you see right there was chosen as the official poster for 2026. The winner, Toriah Holloway, also left some nods to recent events in her work, including a green toy box with the letters CM, a tribute to the lives lost at Camp Mystic during the Hill Country floods.
Look out there with live cam this morning, already creeping up to 81 degrees. I know it's been a pretty hot afternoon for most students when they get out of school.
Yeah, it could be our third day in a row, Steph, of being at 100 or above. So we are hitting kind of our peak temperatures here in early August, which is right on schedule. Speaking of back to school, I want to show you another picture that came in on our KSAT Connect. I'm assuming these are siblings here, and those belt buckles are on point, man. Love it. Hope you guys had a great day back at school. And I think we're going to get all the districts back at school by Monday. So, yes, pollen count. Molds are low at 260. That is honestly about as low as you can get. So the allergy issues are null and void right now. That's good because we know where we're headed this fall. All right, forecast for today. Noon time, 91, clear skies. And by this afternoon, we're up to 100. Heat index will be up around 103. That's what it will feel like when you factor in the humidity. Stray pop-up. Downpour possible, just a 10% chance of that. But as we've been talking about, our rain chances do go up this weekend thanks to a tropical connection. More on that in just a couple minutes. Guys.
Okay, back outside here to show you some of the roads. Things hopefully have calmed down a little bit. Last hour we had a couple of accidents, one in the downtown area, and then we were monitoring one at 1604 in Shanefield. That has cleared. So these cameras look much better. 35 is ours more. Of course, the kids are in school now. Class should be underway by now. And so in theory, things have cleared up, and that appears to be the case. 37 at South Cross right there, looking very good. So if anything changes in the next half hour, of course. Still slow there, 1604 at Nacogdoches. I believe, yeah, that's just the construction in that area. No accidents there, but we'll let you know if anything changes.
Well, of course, you may remember the San Antonio area man who ran 7 marathons on 7 continents in 7 days.
You heard right. Paul Holborn not only completed it, he also became the first British man to take the title of overall winner of the competition. And just last month, as if that was not enough, Paul took on a new challenge, running a marathon at the North Pole.
So awesome. Well, Paul Holborn joins us live in the studio to talk about this incredible experience. And Paul, thanks for joining us. First of all, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
It's amazing. And yeah, thanks for being here. So first let's get to it. We want to know about running those 26.2 miles at the North Pole.
Yeah, well, as I said before I went up there, it was very difficult. You didn't know what weather you're going to get, the surface, and it was a pretty bad year for it. So the times reflected, the snow was anywhere from ankle high to knee high, and I must have took about 7 face dives into the snow.
And this was the journey we were watching. You were on like a cutter, right? Or I mean, you had to cut through the ice just to get to where you were going, and there were polar bears and the like.
Yep, it was a cruise ship, icebreaker cruise ship, the only one in the world which can reach the North Pole. So that's how we got there, was smashing through icebergs all the way.
Yeah, so what kind of training, I mean, and we see some of it here, you're literally having to run on the deck of the ship there, but what was it like trying to train for this?
Yeah, so it was difficult trying to train in San Antonio with the heat.
Right.
And you know, the perfect conditions would have kind of been either in snow or on sand, because you couldn't get a good stride. You were just kind of jumping up and
Yeah,
down
yeah.
through snow. So that was really difficult. But on the way up there, I was outside the ship trying to get used to the cold weather. They did have a gym on board, but just trying to get outside and just get used to, keep moving, get used to the cold weather.
And I know the video of the polar bears, that is from the ship, right? Not when you're actually running, the one that we saw, the video of the polar bears?
Yeah, fortunately we didn't see any polar bears when we were running.
Good.
But on the way up there, we seen 17.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
You don't have to worry about that when you run in San Antonio.
Yeah, I know.
No polar bears, no.
It's crazy.
Maybe a loose dog here or there, but that's it. Paul, I was just curious, how many participants were for the North Pole Marathon?
I'm not 100%. I think there was around about 100.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty remarkable, though. So going back to the World Marathon Challenge, we're talking about 7 marathons on 7 continents.
Yeah.
The running must be one thing, but the travel, though, to get back to get to all of those continents, I mean, that's a whole marathon in itself.
Yeah, it's a logistical nightmare, and luckily enough, the company have got it down to a T, and they do it very well. We didn't experience any problems, and we managed to get around in 5 days, 20 hours. But any slight delay or any weather problems, any airline problems, you're going to miss your dates.
And you had to sleep on the plane in order to get rest when you were doing this, the World Marathon Challenge.
Correct, yeah.
That's good that you did.
Yeah.
I was going to say, well, real quick, let's see, you brought your medal for...
So I got the medal for doing it.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
That's awesome.
And I also
North
got
Pole?
into the North Pole, and also get into the Grand Slam Club, which is anyone who's run on 7 continents plus the North Pole. So
plus the North Pole, not just the 7 continents.
Congratulations.
Also the North Pole.
I was the 164th person to get into the Grand Slam Club.
Oh my goodness, congratulations. And then I know you have your hands full, but also you have your trophy, because not only did you complete the North Pole Marathon, 26.2 miles to the North Pole, it's freezing cold, you also placed as well.
Yeah,
that's
I got
beautiful.
third. Yeah.
Look at that.
That's awesome.
Super cool.
Congratulations. Paul, real quick, I want to tell viewers that you told me people would see this and they think you've been running all your life. You just started last year, right?
It's been 2 years to this month.
2 years now.
Yeah, but I was 18 months leading up to the World Marathon Challenge.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It really is amazing. Well, it's so great to meet you and to have you back here in San Antonio. And I don't know what you're going to do for an encore now. Run on Mars or something? I don't know. But congratulations. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
We
Very
look
good.
forward to your new adventures, whatever comes next. Thank you, Paul Hallborn, for joining us
Thank
today.
you.
Super cool.
All right.
Literally.
Well, yeah, super cool. Time now is 9:40. Not cold. 81 degrees for now.
Not at all. More to come here. Gen Z is all about using technology for everything, but that easy online life can also make it a target for scams. How scammers are going after young people, including college students. Up next.
Welcome back. It's 9:44. Well, Gen Z uses their digital savvy for just about everything. However, the ease of online transactions could leave them open to scams.
CNN's Karen Kafe explains how scammers are targeting young consumers and college students.
Gen Z has digital savvy, but may lack the experienced eye that can spot a scam.
Gen Z, their digital fluency is their superpower, and it's also their blind spot.
In 2024, the Federal Trade Commission says younger people ages 20 to 29 reported losing money to fraud and scams more often than older people ages 70 to 79.
That's why it's so important to let them know, hey, there's going to be emails that come to your inbox that might not be from who they say they are. That deal online for books might not be a real website.
With members of Gen Z headed to college campuses and responsible for more financial decisions on their own, Margarita Alvarez of Wells Fargo advises young consumers to verify who they trust, especially online.
Make sure that they're being very mindful of the interactions that they're making with any type of merchants, ensuring that they're viable, trusted institutions.
The Better Business Bureau's Melanie McGovern says text phishing and imposter scams that claim to be from a student financial aid office or offer a scholarship or promise a part-time job are popular among fraudsters and can swipe personal and financial data.
If it's something that's unfamiliar to you, you didn't sign up for it, the best thing to do is just delete it, get it off your phone so there's no temptation to go back and click on a link.
Also popular, rental scams. Asking for a credit card or a money transfer in order to see the apartment in person for the first time can be a red flag. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
Okay, back outside. I'm still chilly over just thinking about running at the North Pole.
Right?
That would be so difficult.
Still blowing my mind at this point, but
he liked it. Paul said that he liked it.
well, yeah. I mean, the dude he's done a lot.
But he talked about running in a circle up at the North Pole, and you're literally running through several time zones.
That's
Which
so
is
cool.
amazing as well.
So
What an
cool.
experience.
And it's daylight 24 hours a day.
And it's never dark.
Those flamingos would hate it.
Oh, yes. They would not be at home there.
Not love that. It is going to be very hot, conversely. Not anything like the North Pole. Today, I start, though, in the tropics, far away from the North Pole, in fact. We take you to Tropical Storm Erin, and I just got an update on this storm. And as I thought it might, winds have gone way up, 60 miles per hour. So this is likely going to become a hurricane. I would say either later today or early Friday. It's moving west at about 17 miles per hour. You see the Leeward Islands here. There's Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic. Where is this headed? Are they in trouble? And the short answer to that is no, because this will start to turn northwest, and it should just miss the islands. So that's great news. But a major hurricane by Sunday. Most certainly it's going to produce some big waves there for Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, but no direct impacts. Winds will be at 115 miles per hour Sunday morning, by the way. And then this starts to turn. Same story for the east coast of the United States. You'll get big surf, big waves, some rip currents from this, but no direct impacts as it will turn towards the north and east. Then we watch what's going on in the Gulf. I know we've talked about this a lot this morning, but it's going to be kind of the main player in our forecast as we get into the weekend. So it is something that we need to watch. Hurricane Center still gives us a 20% chance of development. And as we mentioned, the spaghetti plots are kind of becoming less certain at this point. They've spread out a little bit, but I think it's just because this system is still really not gotten off the ground just yet. Either way, general directions off to the north and west, and this should throw us some moisture over the weekend, which is why we put rain chances at 40%. Now, this is subject to change. If this system develops and moves a little further west, then all bets are off. We're kind of betting on the fact that it stays rather disorganized and just we get a big chunk of moisture coming in. But these things can be tricky and they can develop, real quick. So if something changes, we'll let you know. Sunday, Monday, dry, and then we get some more rain chances next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and probably more so Thursday. Outside right now, hazy, and we've got a few clouds, but starting to clear out. 81 degrees at the airport, feels like 86. 81 in New Braunfels, same story there. Converse, 83 already feels like 90. Stinson also feels like 90, so the heat index is already a problem. And the forecast calls for 91 by noontime, 97 at 2 o'clock. By 2 o'clock, you're already going to have a heat index probably 100 plus. And then by 4 o'clock, with a high temperature of 100, your heat index is going to be around 102, 103. There is a 10% chance of a shower today. I just think coverage is going to be a little less than what we've seen last couple of days. And that heat, no joke. We've had quite a few triple-digit days in August. We were doing so well, if you remember, in June and July. We really kind of avoided triple digits, but that has not been the case this month, and you would expect August to be our hottest month. But we've had 8 days now, 100 plus. Today can make number 9, and if you total them all up together, we've had 13 this year. Still well below last year, and certainly 2023, and actually still below average. But we likely will pile a few more on before it's all said and done. So 98 tomorrow, 96 on Saturday with that chance of rain, and then back to triple digits Sunday and Monday. I think those are 2 fairly dry days. But the pattern becomes active yet again Tuesday and Wednesday. I don't know why I sounded like I was from the country just in that again. But yes, 30% chance for rain Wednesday, and probably a little better chance Thursday. I mean, I am from Texas, but
yes, it's acceptable here.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
Yeah.
There you go. No, you are forgiven, man. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Fantastic. All right, on to SA Live. We're just minutes away from another all-new program. Ladies, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yes. Have you noticed that these high school seniors are looking older and older these days? Oh, would you look at this? This is a high school senior wandering
I like
through.
the backpack. Are you on the trend? He's gone, and he's gone. He's late to school. What is he doing here? Yeah, the trend is these backpacks, look, even the lunchbox.
School.
More seniors are sporting their throwback, like childhood backpacks. So Spider-Man, princess ones.
Oh, yes. Just all of the ones, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, everything from their childhood childhood. Apparently, that's the thing for seniors. This is our stand-in senior for high school.
He could pass for a senior.
Thank you so much,
Right?
Johnny Moss.
What is the movie with Drew Barrymore? Yeah, and then she
Oh,
goes
he
back.
could totally do that.
Go on assignment.
You could go back to high school. I believe it, John. Babyface, yes. Okay.
Totally. Okay, share those back to school pics of your real students, okay? And then we will share those on the show. So that's a trend that we're learning. John's just going to keep going through his backpack there. Here's another trend.
Are you Delulu for Laboo? Yes, it is a viral trend, and it's been a viral trend all summer long. All right, Tina Cat for the bread box is here.
Hello. How did you guys come up with this idea?
Yeah, we were standing around in the kitchen a few weeks ago trying to figure out what the next seasonal hot item would be, and one of our employees said Laboo, and I said Lahoo-hoo. Went online, and front and center, there it was. Couldn't help myself, bought all the cookie cutters, got it figured out, designed it, and now we can't keep them on the shelves.
The customers are just going crazy, right?
Yes.
How many?
A thousand.
1,000 in a few weeks.
1,000 cookies in about 3 weeks.
I bet you half of that was Jada.
And Robert.
Yeah.
They are the Laboo fans on the SA Live team. Thank you, Tina.
Yes.
We're going to share more on that here in a bit.
All right. Well, if you've got a little prince or a princess, well, guess what? Even if it's a snow queen there at home, we're going to fill you in on the Enchanted Ball. It's your chance to step into the magic, dance the day away, and make storybook memories with your little ones.
And how about some New York style pizza? We're taking you to this saucy situation. Leo's Hideout and showing what they are serving up. That's going to have your mouth watering.
And a local coffee shop and roaster has been energizing San Antonio for years. We go inside to find out why they're so special. All that and more when SA Live continues, when we're Delulu for Laboo in a bit.
And it's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
Timothée Chalamet plays a ping pong prodigy in Marty Supreme. A24 released the official teaser trailer for the movie Wednesday, which shows Marty pursuing his dreams of table tennis stardom and wooing a famous movie star played by Gwyneth Paltrow. The film hits theaters on Christmas Day. Fresh off the success of Disney's Freakier Friday, Lindsay Lohan's new TV project has been greenlit by Hulu. The limited series Count My Lies stars Lohan and Shailene Woodley. Both are also on board to executive produce. Disney is the parent company of Hulu and ABC News. Leonardo DiCaprio turned 50 last November, but in a new interview with director Paul Thomas Anderson for Esquire, the actor says he doesn't feel a day over 32. However, he did admit that reaching the milestone birthday brought with it a desire to be more honest and to not waste his time. And speaking of milestone birthdays, Only Murders in the Building star Steve Martin is 80 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, New York.
Wow, he looks great.
No way. Yeah, no, he does look great.
Well, speaking of looking great, tennis icon Venus Williams getting another Barbie in her image. This one is part of the Barbie Inspiring Women series. So it follows her first Barbie, which came out last year as part of the Barbie Role Models collection.
The tennis star got to choose the outfit on the new one. She picked her uniform from her 2007 Wimbledon victory. The Venus Williams Barbie includes a green gem necklace, a wristband, tennis racket, and a ball. It goes on sale Friday at the online Mattel shop.
Love it.
I'm assuming Serena already has one. Serena Williams. I would think
sure.
she's worthy of one as well, but at any rate. Outside on this Thursday, things looking pretty good. 35 at Eisenhower. Traffic's died down, and slowing is not a big issue right now, so hopefully everybody has a great commute on this Thursday.
And I can't rule out a shower storm today. It just the odds are going to be lower than they have been the last couple of days. But then they pick back up starting tomorrow and going into Saturday, where we can see some tropical moisture giving us a little bit of a boost in thunderstorm or shower activity. Don't cancel your plans, though. This is not that kind of rain. It won't be terribly widespread, but just enough to maybe cool us down a little bit before we rise back to 100 on Sunday and Monday.
All right, well, we will wait for that on Saturday. Should be interesting. In the meantime, happy back to school, everybody going back this week, and I know they're still celebrating over there at SA Live.
Yes, they are, so we'll send it over to them right now. Have a great day.
Celebrating San Antonio with the city's #1 lifestyle and variety show.
This is SA Live.
Good morning. Happy terrific Laboo.
Laboo, the Lulu for Laboo.
That's what we're calling it, Laboo Thursday. I'm Jen Tobias-Chesky.
And I'm Fiona Gorstees. Well, it's been a viral trend all summer long, and the